Welcome to Baxter Bell Yoga. I'm here at the Oakland Yoga Studio. Please check the studio out the next time you're in town. And don't forget, you can order my book, Yoga for Healthy Aging, as well as t-shirts from my website, which is on the screen. You'll also find great information there about upcoming workshops, retreats, and yoga adventures that I'm leading all over the place. Also, you can find longer video practices on yogauonline.com at their practice channel location. I also have some really great talks on a variety of health conditions. Today, I'm excited to share with you a wonderful way to stretch the psoas muscle in the groin and lower belly area, as well as the tensor fascia lata muscle, and get some nice stretch all on the side, one side of the body. This is the reclining easy twist pose, and it's a version that I learned years ago from a wonderful video that Lillah Schwartz made for yoga for back pain. And I've had the great pleasure of meeting Lillah. She's a fabulous teacher, still offering great classes in North Carolina these days. So shout out to Lillah. Thanks for all your great teaching over the years. I find that in addition to the area of the psoas that she talks about, that I love the fact that it can work on the tensor fascia lata muscle in the hips. So I've got a yoga mat and a blanket opened up for a little extra padding. We're going to come down into constructive rest position with the knees bent and the feet on the floor, and then I'm going to have you widen your feet apart as wide as your sticky mat. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to let our feet drop over to the right side. And my outer leg comes down to the ground. Yours might need a little support. And then if I lift up, I notice that my other leg is angled a little bit off to the side. So I'm going to wiggle my left foot an inch or two to the left, so my left thigh is lined up with the left side of my body. And then from here, I'm not trying to push my knee down to the floor. I'm going to try to lengthen it forward in the direction the kneecap is actually pointing away from my head. And then from there, take your other arm up and overhead so you get this really nice potential stretch all the way from the left knee up the left leg, left side of the body, into the left hand. Now the deep psoas muscle may be getting a nice little stretch there. You might feel some sensation kind of deep to the groin area. And then I also often feel a nice little stretch in this upper outer hip area where the muscle known as the tensor fascia lata is located. And I would usually hang out here at least for 6 or 8 breaths, 30 seconds, but I could easily work here for a minute to a minute and a half. So feel free to work up to longer holds if you find that it feels accessible and sustainable for you and there's no pain arising in the body. Now to come out of this, I'm going to bring my arm down to the side, swing my knees back up to constructive rest, and wiggle my feet back to the edges of the sticky mat. To do the second side, I'm going to swivel my hips and knees over to the other side, so I'm dropping to the left. And then I'm going to take a look, and again, my thigh bone's not quite lined up with the side of my body, so I'm just going to wiggle that right foot an inch or so to the right. I'm on the edge of that foot, I should say the inner edge of that foot. My outer leg is dropping down to the floor pretty easily, but I could put a block there if I wanted. Take your right arm, take it up and overhead. So from the right knee to the right fingers, stretch, and then notice where sensation arises. I'm getting some really nice stretch sensation in this area of the tensor fascia lata, maybe even a little lateral glute action, and then a little bit in the groin area where that psoas muscle is located. If the back arches too much and that feels uncomfortable, front lower ribs can be released down just a little bit toward the floor. I'm not flattening the back, I'm just releasing the arch a little bit. 6 to 8 breaths, great amount of time to start with. Work towards longer holds. And then bring your arm down, swing your knees up, wiggle your feet in, and then let's roll to one side and use your hand to come up and out. So again, I first was exposed to that in a video practice years and years ago on yoga for low back pain. I've incorporated that into my practice and the practice I share in my yoga back care class that I teach once a week. And I'm hoping that you'll enjoy practicing with that in your home practice this week. See what you think. Don't forget to continue follow me on Facebook and YouTube at Baxter Bell Yoga. Until the next time, thanks for joining me today, and namaste.